Professional.
Did you run it again?
We're all about the liquor and the tasty jams. We would like to invite you in the silly minds we live in. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Dun 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 da da dun 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 da dun 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 da da dun da da dun da. Oh, how does it start?
Are you talking about the Jim Carrey thing?
No.
What is?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh fuck. Man.
Oh, I don't know.
No, dude.
I thought we were doing some like freestyling. I was gonna
That's
join
where I
in.
was at too. Yeah. I was like, all right, I'll come in with some jump.
Everywhere. Something fucking
shit.
not a big care.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
It's the Halloween episode, kind of.
Oh,
Because it'll be
get it.
released
I guess, yeah, you're right.
on Wednesday.
oh, nice.
Yeah. Quick turnaround. Welcome to the Dick and Boonies podcast.
Heyo.
I'm Dick,
I'm Boonies.
and this is fucking Larry Elyea. Hey, welcome to the show.
Yes.
Nice.
Fucking stoked.
I like that.
If you were to describe what Larry is, you say one thing and then I'll say one thing. Larry is a...
Badass.
That's true. I meant like professions.
Oh yeah. I was gonna go that route, but I was like, we can
Handsome man.
He's a handsome. He's got
professional handsome man.
He's a lot of ball baggage. He's a producer,
Videographer. Engineer. Musician.
documentarian, and we'll get into that. I don't want to burst our bubble too early, but we're definitely going to want to talk about that.
Musician. Positive vibe technician.
Cam, you're good at this game.
All these things are true.
So Larry,
Yeah.
Larry, welcome.
I'm not
dude.
mad at that.
Welcome, brother.
Thank you for
Thanks.
coming.
It's good to see you again,
I'm
man.
stoked to see you guys.
How long
It's
has
been
it
a while.
been?
Decade.
I don't know. I was looking at our text messages trail,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh,
and
yeah.
I've been trying to hang out with Richard for the last like 8 years or something. And he's always like, I'm too busy. Fuck off.
I've been trying to hang out.
Hold on a second. We did have lunch though.
We did have lunch.
That
That's
was
true.
a fabulous lunch.
That
And
was good.
that wasn't that long. I mean, that was like 5 years ago, right?
7.
In the grand scheme, that's not.
Has it really been that long?
I have
He has tallies on his
I
bed.
have kids that old.
Damn. That's crazy. Well, you're a local fucking legend. And it's really cool that we get to bring people on the show that are not only like, nationally, worldwide known, but you're also our dear friend. And you've done so many fucking cool things. So we have so many things that we have to talk about.
Yeah.
But
got a lot of questions for you, Larry.
okay,
Cool.
but let's do this real quick just to get into things. How has COVID affected your business? No, fuck that. How has it affected your life? How are you doing in this phase of COVID? Because it's
Yeah.
we're in a
Yeah, I
weird
get it.
sort of phase right now, Where are you at with everything?
So, beginning of March, I don't remember the date, but you remember when everything hit and it was
Pretty
like
much, yeah.
real that day.
Yeah.
So that Friday, one of my biggest clients called, and they do events. So the event industry got just destroyed.
Fucked. Yeah.
Of course.
So, and that was a big client, like almost half of what I make a year, and they laid me off. So that was the first experience with that, and I was like, oh, that sucks. But I get it. I mean, it felt worse for them because their entire
That's their whole
existence
business.
got destroyed. Yeah. So,
Wow.
but then, I just filled the time that I spent on those gigs with other stuff, and it kind of maybe took me a month, and then I was back to being busy. And
What realm was
I really,
that?
business wise, I haven't really been affected
Right.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Well, what realm of business was the one that you lost?
So
what category?
all right. So anyone who listens that doesn't know, I've been making records in the recording studio for 27 years, and
Yes, you have.
and maybe about 2014, I would say, or 15, probably 14. I mixed a film in the studio, and it was my first feature film. And
What film?
it was a documentary film by the director was Maddie Steinkamp.
It was
and
Play, right?
Play,
Oh.
Yeah.
Play the documentary.
Yeah.
Maddie
It's
Steinkamp.
fucking sick.
Yeah.
Dude.
So I mixed that, and
Cute little bastard.
I love Maddie.
Love it.
Yeah.
And so I loved that process of working on a film, and then, you know, having already been friends with Maddie, I was picking his brain about making the film, because ever since I think I made my first music video, I was just stoked on that side of it, like always wanted to do it. But when we made our first music video, it was like everything was on film. The lens packages were $250,000. The camera, just the film to shoot the video was $30,000. Like, it was like way out of reach. Like, that's never gonna happen, so why even pursue it, kind of thing.
Right.
So I was always so into it, but it just seemed like that's not something that I could do, because just to get a startup package, and it wasn't like it is today, like where you can go buy a camera at Best Buy that looks better than those cameras did, you know?
Yeah.
So I just started talking to Maddie, and it was his first film at the time, and he had been a filmmaker, I'd say, for maybe 3 or 4 years. So he wasn't really deep into it, but he was obviously way further than me. Started picking his brain, and I'm like, what'd you shoot the film on? And he's like, this camera right here. And it was a Canon 6D.
Oh, wow.
It's like a, $1,500 camera. And I was like, wow. And it looked fantastic. Like,
Right.
the film looks killer.
Right.
And I was like, wow. So
We can do
Yeah,
this.
that
This is
kinda-
within reach.
that kind of changed
when you know
everything.
what you're doing.
So then that just set me off on a path, and I just literally, I put myself through film school on YouTube for like 6 months. Probably my wife hated it, because I was like 4 hours a night. I was studying and learning things. Yeah.
Yep.
And then, I had this big, do you remember the big Starship Enterprise
Yep.
console that I had in
Yep.
the studio? So nobody ever really mixed on it, because mixing analog is
Tedious?
more time consuming.
Right.
And things aren't really recallable. So if you're mixing
Do it again.
a 50-track record, and you decide 3 weeks later the hi-hat's too loud, you have to you can't just start over at that point, like in Pro Tools. Right. So
Right.
because it's all everything on a console. So recalling mixes on a console is not fun, and it takes longer. And the benefits of mixing analog, as technology got better, became less and less of a benefit. So it was a really cool looking drink holder for about a year. Right. No one used it. And
That's the best way to.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, I'm going to sell it while I can still get some value out of it. So,
Because I imagine there's people out there that want that.
yeah,
For sure.
You sell it to
some
the Foo
guy,
Fighters or something.
some guy bought
Yeah.
it in Canada and drove all the way down to pick it up.
From Alberta, or where,
Where's the console? Eh?
West,
Where's that console,
like Vancouver, I think.
Vancouver.
Yeah.
Vancouver.
See, I have a perfect Vancouver accent. Okay, so you sold that off.
Yeah, so I sold it, and then I said, I'm going to fund my video portion of the business I mean, it makes sense, right? A recording studio, it's just another form of media. Boom,
Yeah,
shift, pivot a little, and boom, I can do both.
What year was that? You said 2015?
14 or 15, somewhere in there. Whenever Play was
I feel
released.
like, damn, I can't believe it's been that long since Play
I
got
know.
released. Fuck, that went quick.
I know. He
Was
just
that-
released another film.
You Racist, Sexist Bigot.
Bigot.
Yeah.
That just, I think, got released. I mean, he did it a while back, but I think the film was released to Amazon and outlets where you can buy it just like a week ago or two, maybe.
Yeah.
And
I was doing film festivals with all these.
yeah,
shit.
yeah. He actually won. I don't remember. I think Tribeca Film Festival. It won Best Documentary, and it.
No way.
That's huge. Yeah.
And it won. Don't quote me on that though. It won two big ones. Atlanta Film Festival and a New York one. I think it was Tribeca, but I don't remember.
Okay. Well, we're gonna quote you. So.
Okay, you can fact check it.
Yeah.
And
No, that's a Larry quote.
and
You
then
can talk to Maddie about it later.
He'll forgive you.
He will.
and then
He's like,
So-
oh, it was El Paso, dude.
okay, now I forgot what I was talking about. What was I talking about?
Your studio now became
You sort of
yeah.
transition.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we moved into the video phase, and then the natural first attempt at getting business would be music videos because I'm connected with all the musicians.
Absolutely.
So I started doing music videos. I don't know, I did 10 or so. Maddie did like 200 when he started.
Oh my god.
And I
What
was
a
like-
maniac.
And it took me
Awesome.
about 8 to learn I don't want to do that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For what reasons?
I loved I'm doing one right now. I just shot one today, but
Come on, Larry.
like bands don't have a lot of money, and
Not the most lucrative.
yeah, and it's a lot of work to make a
Oh, hell
good
yeah.
a good
Yeah.
one. It's a lot. Of
Like,
work.
where's that check?
So
Bro, I'm fucking
Like, fuck, we're gonna get it when this video's done. I
Dude,
promise.
we're working on it.
Once people see this shit,
Pawning a couple of things. Relax, Larry.
so I still do them occasionally.
Right.
90% of bands, when I tell them how much
your
it's gonna
chops up
cost,
anyways with-
they're like,
Yeah.
we can't do it. Yeah.
Right.
But I do enjoy doing it. It's not because I don't love doing that. I do. But doing ad films or commercials or that space is definitely more lucrative.
So is the video stuff, is that the larger portion of your business now?
I would say it's about 50-50, and
So
it
you do-
depends on the month.
So you're still doing records?
Yeah, still doing a lot of records. It would depend on the month. Like some months I do 70% studio stuff, and then some months I do 70% video. It just depends on what comes in, you know?
Yeah, I have.
it's crazy to think because, like, as long as I've known you, you've always been busy.
Yeah.
You have bands always.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
People waiting
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I met you guys,
Little babies.
that was like the
Slipped in there
MySpace.
real
I call that the MySpace era.
Yeah. dude.
It was.
So during the MySpace era,
That's the Dane Cook era.
things were amazing, right?
Yeah.
The MySpace era was like so amazing.
So fun.
Yeah.
And it was so easy to, like, I forget what it was called, but you know how they'd have the feed and you could just put a little blast out? What was it? Bulletin? Was
Yeah.
that what it was called? Do you remember?
Fuck. Taylor, do you remember?
I do not.
I don't.
Are you in the mix?
I turned myself down.
Okay.
I don't want to chime in. 'cause
So
I got
whatever
so many
that-
questions.
Whatever that thing was called.
Yeah, where you could just put a little
a little quick one up that
yeah,
would go to everybody.
A little
Yeah.
Post it.
get pregnant on those.
So if let's say I go into the studio at 9 a.m. in the morning and the band cancels, I would put one of those guys out
and somebody
and literally have someone there in
Someone
an hour.
jumped on it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how amazing it was. So I was booked 9 months ahead at that
we know.
era.
And there
So
was some
if you
And
call
that
me
feels
today,
good. And that feels-
literally not a day.
Yeah.
It
Larry,
would
I
be
need to
9
come
months.
record right now.
Yeah, cannot help you. I'm sorry.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
Those days are gone.
But why? Because it's even better now. Like the social
Yeah.
media now.
Is
You
everyone writing shit? They want to record shit constantly now?
I've thought about it a lot, like, and the answers that I've come up with are: one, kids are not picking up instruments like they used to. They just aren't. Two, the ones that are don't play in bands.
No, they're savant level fucking crazy.
Or they just want to do stuff on YouTube and
Yeah.
play for people.
Because, I've noticed that younger are,
Oh, they're amazing.
they're unreal.
Yeah, they're insane.
Yeah.
And the recording programs that you can buy on your own now and like become pretty efficient on your own little MacBook.
Exactly.
it kinda
Then that's
makes that-
number 3. Is
Right.
that the
You can do
home
it
recording
yourself.
studio has gotten so
Yeah.
good. And people don't get, without going through the system like you guys did of the culture, band culture, I call it. You
The
don't
scene, all
understand the
that
value of having a producer.
Right.
It's just like, oh, I can plug my kick drum in and it sounds good, so I'm going to do it this way.
Right.
You don't get it yet. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. And there's something that they are definitely missing.
exactly.
And not only just with the final product, because a lot of the final product now sounds so... Everything sort of sounds the same. It's all the same compression. It's all the same samples. It's all the same
Right.
shit. But the experience that you have, the camaraderie that you build with the producer. Because, I mean, when we first met you, I was so intimidated because we went through the Mark and Tim Launchpad.
Yeah.
That was the first level. And we always knew that you were the one that we wanted to go to. We wanted to go to Mind's Eye. There was, on the back of all of our favorite local bands for sure, it said Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye Digital right there. Larry
Right.
Elyea. And that was obviously the step we wanted to take. You were pricier, but that whole experience, God, there's no way you can recreate it just by basically you got kids jerking off and then go just like and then right to their guitar.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, it seems a little closed in, a little dark. When we would show up, it was like a whole thing. All right, we're gonna do this.
Yeah, it's a process.
You had all this insight because we didn't have a fucking clue.
Right.
We knew our songs and not always.
That was
I've just been alone, having someone to reel Ben in. That was like, that's like a big deal.
Yeah.
How would you guys have done that?
For sure. And just having someone there who,
I love Ben, but
Is it-
17-year-old Ben?
God.
oh my God, you needed to put a wet towel on that motherfucker when he was 17 for sure, dude. All right, let's take all that, everything you just did in that 4-second row. Let's spread it out a little bit.
Ben, this is a 4-4 count here. We're just gonna go ahead.
You don't need to fit in this fucking chaotic thing. No, I know. But it was awesome watching him go through that and grow up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because he did too.
And now
Oh,
look at
God,
him.
now look at him.
Yeah.
He's insane.
I was like, all right.
I mean, he's at the pinnacle right
Got
now.
this, yeah.
Hot sauce.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Hot sauce. He did it.
He did it. We
He's-
need to get him
he's-
back over here
we're
and
gonna
bring
get him
some of
back.
that.
Bring some of that
Bring
sauce.
some of that sauce. But just when you go in and you know your group of friends have been playing these songs forever, you know them, and then you go into a studio with a producer who hears your songs and hears things that you don't hear,
Yeah.
and go, "Why don't you try this?
Yeah.
Why don't you try that?" And then you're like, "Oh, well, that just made this song 100%
Yeah.
better."
And vocally, there was you have an approach that because I don't really know many other producers, honestly. Most of my singing career took place with you, like as
Right.
far as recording goes. But there is number one, you could tell that you gave a shit about the product, even though you're doing thousands of bands, right?
Right.
But when you're in a session, you're committed, and you could tell that right away that you're like in it. And that is it's a good feeling to have, that you're not just there to like hit the button and whatever,
Yeah.
but you also were able to say, do that one again, but not like in a harsh way that made me feel uncomfortable. Because for me especially, because I'm such a lunatic, like I live up here most of the time. If you approach me, and I've matured quite a bit since
Oh,
then, but especially but then if you approached me in a way that made me feel like you were sort of coming at me, it fucks everything up for me. I can't sing right. I have my confidence is gone. All that stuff. Now I don't give a shit. But
that is 85-90% of singers.
oh, is it?
Yeah.
See, I don't even know that.
Yeah.
You're right on
Yeah.
point, bud.
Well, shit.
So
It was nice being a bandmate, seeing someone who could tell Richard to fucking do it again. That
Yeah.
sucked.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, "Oh, all right, I will."
So there's a couple different approaches at being producing music, and I've seen both of them in the furthest left and the furthest right, and they are being a hard ass to the point where you can make somebody cry easily.
Yeah.
It's all the way to, the farthest opposite would be like the guy that's sitting there smoking weed the entire time and just doesn't. He's like,
It's like, that sounds great.
It's all in art and it's just
Yeah.
flow with it, brother. That kind of dude.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so I always, just like in life, like to live right in the middle somewhere. And so,
And still managed to bring out the best.
yeah, so it's more of like trying to get to the place you want to be, that you have to be, but you don't have to be a dick. You
Sure.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that bugged me so bad when people would like,
Take your criticism personally.
no, when the producer would be
Would
intentionally be a dick to either make a point or insert himself as the guy that
I'm the shit. You listen to what I say. You do
here's
what I say. Trust.
Here's a perfect example. When we got signed to Interscope Records,
With what?
With
Bionic Drive.
Bionic, yeah.
Psionic Drive.
Psionic Drive.
Psionic Drive. When we got signed, we were shopping producers, and we had a lot of money. We could get anybody we wanted.
Oh, back in those days?
Yeah.
Oh, the deals were so sweet.
So the second guy that we had come out, the first was Garth. Do you know him?
No.
Oh, he did like.
Did he have a stutter?
Yeah, bad one.
Okay.
Yeah. But literally, when you see his name on records, it's G Garth.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He ran with it.
He's cool with it. Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, that's the
You got
the
to
way
embrace.
to
You got to
have
embrace
do
that.
it.
Yeah. And he's Canadian too.
Oh.
So
he's cool with it.
But anyway, he did like
Vancouver.
Mudvayne. He did the first Mudvayne.
Oh,
he did
shit.
a bunch of cool records.
Okay.
This guy's talented.
Okay.
But anyway, the second guy we had
Gordon
come out.
probably knows Garth.
I bet Gordon knows
So Garth
everything.
came out. Anyway, this is a funny story too. Garth came out and saw us play at Boston's one night. So we played at Boston's.
So awesome.
Fuck yeah.
In the fourth or fifth song, a couple girls came up on stage and started dancing while we were playing.
Yeah.
And Garth thought it would be appropriate to put a $5 bill on one of their tops.
Uh-huh.
And she knocked him out.
Dude.
On the floor.
Fucking
You were there?
Remember this?
You were there.
I swear to fucking God, it was a big dramatic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Holy
saw that.
shit, bro.
I guarantee I was there, but I don't remember it.
I remember that. Oh my God, I can't believe I remember that.
What did
So-
she kick him in the face?
No, punched him.
Oh,
dude,
Dude,
Decked
it was
him.
a big deal. It was a big
yeah,
dramatic
like
scene.
it was a big deal.
Holy
Did he have more of a stutter after that? Or?
So he was wearing a white
Fix his
T-shirt.
She gave him his stutter.
He came with a white T-shirt, and there was just blood all over it. And he's like, I flew here. I'm flying back the same day. I didn't bring any clothes, and now I got to fly back. It was torn. He's got blood all over his shirt.
Which is kind of rock star, so it's like you
Yeah.
embrace that shit a little
So
bit.
needless to say, he was like, fuck you guys. I'm not doing your record.
Oh,
Holy fuck.
So that was sort of because of that happened.
I
It's like I'm not doing the
don't
record?
know, but I would say it probably lent to it.
Okay, well.
And then, so the second guy, anyway, my point was a guy that inserts himself and is a dick.
Right.
Sure.
So their second choice was Howard Benson, who ended up doing our record.
Yep.
He came to my house.
He's pretty rad.
We practiced there. Yeah,
He did Dep Swaz record.
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, out in Los Angeles.
Okay.
He had done, I think, POD right before them or something.
Okay.
Because I remember my brother when he was playing when they were recording. I don't know the drummer of POD's name, but
Wolf.
Is it Wolf? Well, they were. Well, whatever. they're not going to hear it, but they were very happy to have Gordon there because they said it was quite a struggle with Wolf.
Well, they ended up replacing him.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay, well, fucking
Yeah.
Wolf, get it together, bro.
You know what's gonna be funny? How many times Richard goes, "Nah, they're not gonna hear this." And then, dude, when the shit starts getting like, they're gonna start responding. Wolf's
Wolf?
gonna fucking bite you, bro. I heard that episode. I am the wolf.
I am the Wolf. Ow. Told you.
Oh.
Okay, so Howard Benson
Comes
did
to the
record.
house, and literally, I don't think it was the very first thing, but in the first 10 minutes, oh, is that a piano over there? Walks over to it, sits down, plays like the most insane like concerto piano
Classical
concert
shit.
piece you
Yeah.
ever heard. Like
Off the dome.
sick,
Off the dome.
sick.
Yeah.
Everyone's just
Some
like,
Chopin
oh
shit.
my god. He gets done, da-da, and everyone's just like their jaws on the floor, and he's like, I just wanted everybody to know I'm always the best musician.
And that's fucking.
And you're like, you're a fucking
You're a dick, bro. Yeah.
What if-
how do you launch into? Yeah. How do you launch into a song after that?
All I want is for him to go da-dung and then a little toot, lets out a toot, and then just looks
Dude.
back and just goes.
How? Yeah. How do you fucking launch into something after that?
So is he
Yeah.
cool though?
Sometimes.
But not really.
Yeah, he did a couple other things throughout the process.
Did he ultimately end up
He
doing
is
the
a
record?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And I would never say anything bad about his skill. He was amazing.
Sure,
and that was like
undeniable, yeah.
college for me, man. I mean, I was
Oh, yeah, I bet.
I was a different level after that.
Yeah.
Like I got to see how it's really done.
Did
know?
Did he let you pick his brain?
Oh yeah, the entire time.
Nice.
It
I'm
was-
sure the whole recording experience,
Yeah.
you were right there next
The whole
to him,
time.
like watching everything
Yeah.
he was doing.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
But the problem is, yes, we all respect his work, but if you're a dick, that is everyone does talk about that.
That's the legacy you leave with
Exactly.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
No.
I mean, but some people just don't.
That's
do
not
it.
what I want.
No.
No.
And I have not ever heard any. Let's be totally real here. Have you ever heard a single bad thing about Larry ever?
Never once.
No,
No.
and that's just the God's honest truth.
Oh, sorry.
Mario just came through.
Mario hit a coin.
Yeah, you have such a good reputation as
You
far
do.
as the quality of work.
Everyone we know who knows you, it's yeah.
Everyone wanted to go to you, first
Yeah.
of all. So, I mean, obviously the quality of work's there, but you're also fun to work with. And I got a quick question, but just to sort of sidetrack.
Sure.
So, Palladio, I would hear it every year on 98 KUPD.
Sure.
And then, like, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 or 5, I don't even remember how many years ago, they would say, well, who produced that record? And Larry would always come up. Mind's Eye Digital would always come up.
Yep.
Was there a point where the prize was to actually have a session with you?
Yeah, like 3 years ago, they
I
called me.
remember that. Yeah.
Oh, so that was 3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago they called me and they said, "Do you want to sponsor Palladio? Like, be the main sponsor for it?" And I'm like, "Sure."
Does that mean you kick dough in?
I just donate the time.
Okay,
So I donate the prize
got it.
of Palladio, and then
That makes sense.
I mean I think you win $1,500 cash too. Is that
Yeah,
true?
Something like that.
So they
Right,
pay
so
the
4.5
cash.
hours of studio time.
They,
No, I'm just kidding.
they pay the cash prize, and I give the studio time.
That's cool.
Which amounted to how much time?
It's usually one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's, a
It's
whole
u-
day of...
It's usually one day. So what they want from the band is they want you to write the Palladio theme song for the next whole year.
Right.
And they play that every morning before they go on the morning show. So if you win, every morning they play your song. So
Got it.
And I usually record that song, whatever it is.
Right. And so,
Who was that band with the chick singer?
So I didn't do
He was
that
like,
one.
I want to fuck that song. John Holmberg was like, I want to fuck that song.
I didn't do that one. So that's weird. That band won.
Yeah.
But I guess
I forget the name of them.
they have their own recording studio, and instead of trying to learn and go out and have an experience, they were like, We have our own. We're good.
Okay.
So they did. They recorded
To
it
each their own,
themselves.
I guess.
And they're huge now.
They blew it.
They're huge.
Are they?
No.
No.
Oh.
I can't tell you the name of them.
No, I can't either.
Yeah.
So my question is, based on that whole experience of being the
Sponsoring
sponsor of the show, was that to get your name out there? I mean, you don't need that, did you?
It was kind of that because radio is like,
Dead.
yeah,
This is it right here.
yeah.
We don't have very many viewers, but we could. And if we do, yay. At some point. This is radio now because we can, it's
Yeah.
a long format.
Yep.
There's no cutting to commercial.
Well,
If
you have the
say-
occasional vice organizer.
Yeah, we got a couple of those every once in a while, but
So are you guys gonna just stop in a second and go, Manscaped, shave your beans,
No, we're-
blah blah blah?
We popped our cherry on our first actual
Yeah.
commercial last week.
Yeah, I
or
have
2 weeks ago.
I
It
have
seems
but-
like that's like the stepping stone for a podcast starting
Manscaped?
to make it is they get a Manscaped deal.
or Blue Chew.
Yeah.
Dude.
So if you're out there, go ahead and send that to dickandboonies@gmail.com. Hit us up. We'll totally do it. We want it. We need it. We like it.
We want some more of it.
What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, you didn't need the publicity, right? I mean, they had been talking about you for every year. I mean, it kind of made sense that you
Yeah,
were
it just
gonna do
made
something.
sense. It
Yeah,
just made
okay.
sense. That's why I did it.
John call you?
Larry,
McFeely?
yeah, Larry did.
And I know Gordon's tight with what's that other disc jockey? I'm gonna say the full name.
Brett Vesley.
Brett Vesley. Cam, I fucking love you, dude.
Fucking love it.
I say a fucking thing and then you fucking finish it for me every time.
You go,
I go,
Brett Vesley.
Brett Vesley, yo.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Bionic Jive. What were all the bands that you were in? What was the first band that you were in? Because Chris was talking to us about it.
I don't even think you guys know about the first band I was in.
Well, maybe the second band. What was the first band was
I want
just
to. Yeah,
you
what's
and
the first band?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, I was 16,
Yes.
and it was called All Rights Reserved punk band. I was the singer.
Nice. Just
no
singing.
guitar?
Just singing,
what?
screaming, but
Yes.
yeah.
Is there footage of this?
I have a cassette tape.
Oh,
Is that like you like
And that was my
Unruh?
first-
Like
that was my-
Unruh shit?
First experience
Like
in the
those
studio.
shows?
Wellington?
Wellington, Unruh, like all those
Oh, way before
Fall
that.
Silent
Yeah.
shit?
This is 86 I'm talking about.
Oh my god.
Way before. Those guys weren't born yet.
Larry,
You look so good.
you
Thank
did. I was 1 year old
Yeah.
in the 86. Wow. So you were the lead screamer? That's the shit.
Awesome.
Do you have a cassette?
Yeah, I do.
Dude.
And that was my
Long
first
ass hair.
That was my first recording experience, and when I had it, I was like, I like this.
I like this thing.
What did you
I
have?
like this.
Did you have
Yeah.
an 8-track cassette
It was
recorder? Because I had one.
No, I didn't do it. I went
Oh.
to a studio,
Oh, okay.
and the guy had it was in a parking lot, and he had literally like a trailer for a big semi truck, and the studio was built in that.
Oh wow!
That's
like a
gangster, dude.
container.
Yeah, I don't know what he recorded on or what kind of board. I didn't know any of that shit then, so I didn't
Yeah.
care about it. I just knew
Probably
I was
smelled
gonna make a
fucking
record.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Was the whole thing a recording studio?
Yeah,
Or
and it was
the other-
live. Like they
Oh,
set
yeah.
us all up,
Did it.
headphones, did it live, walked out with a record. That was it.
My brother Ben recorded with you guys. He was in a band called Naive,
We talked about it,
and
yeah.
that was all live. You did record live sometimes.
Yeah.
If you needed to
yeah.
get
Pop him out. Well, yeah, it was
Pop 'em
a
out?
day. Pop him out. It was a day recording. You did the whole album.
6 hours.
Yeah.
6 hours. I think we got billed for 6, and that was it.
Wow.
We were there for more.
Yeah.
Larry
That's crazy.
underbilled? You underbilled? That's awesome. Okay, so I remember that one day I was supposed to do vocals.
Yes.
And then I got really drunk the
Yep.
night before, and
Yep.
I believe I puked on myself
Yep.
and in my hair.
That morning was so much fun.
in my long hair, and then you guys came in
to the bedroom.
to get me to go to record Larry's,
Yep.
and then I yelled at
You
everyone.
fucked us off. Yeah.
Yeah. Larry, you were cool about that. Thanks. I don't think you actually
Was
were.
that cool? I don't think I would be.
You weren't.
You're like, well, you're getting charged for the day.
Yeah, you. It was one of the only times I truly felt like I had disappointed you. You were like, yeah, you were supposed. Because when I came back to do the session, but I got to it.
You did.
When I came
You
back,
did.
I fucking
Killed it.
That was your thing. When the minutes were doing this,
Yeah.
you fucking pumped it out.
I think I also didn't have lyrics written.
The thing is, though, you guys' band was a little different experience than most bands, I would say, because I sought you guys out to make your record. It's not like you just called me. I saw you guys play once, and then I went again, and then I talked to you, and I was like, I'm making your record. That's the way it is.
Yeah, that was really. God,
So
remember how I got.
it's a little different than most people.
I want to go back.
Yeah.
I just want to go back to.
Uncle Rico.
Yes.
I'd have taken state. I could throw a football over those mountains.
So we could reminisce for hours.
Of course.
We do have to get to a few things.
Let's do it.
So, I put out that really great video of me getting blown up by a
Dude,
dragon.
The dragon.
How did you guys do that?
So my brother,
We got a dragon.
yeah,
It was
So,
fake fire, though.
it's an app.
It's an app?
It's an app on your phone. My brother sent me a video years ago of him running from missiles. I was like, "What the fuck, dude? How did you do this?"
That's legit, After Effects looking shit.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? That's a fucking app?
You literally just point and shoot, and then you got to pay for the different filters or whatever. But I spent $2 and got 20 different filters.
Holy shit.
And one of them was the dragon. And so you just do it a few times and then you can move the effect. So if you want the effect to come in at the end, it's literally just sliding. That's almost a
amazing.
perfect metaphor for how far technology has come.
Yeah.
That would have taken a year for some programmer to do in '86. What was that?
You want a toe? I'll
No,
get you a toe by
5
3:30
years
this
ago.
afternoon.
What was that Disney movie with the dragon?
Peace Dragon.
Yes. Thank you.
I'm old.
Okay, so I put the video out and I did get some submissions where I'm only gonna do 4 of them,
Okay.
and I'm gonna start with my brother Gordon.
A video is gangster, by the way.
Thanks.
Super gangster.
From now on, Cam's gonna be in every video, right?
Yep, I got hung up.
Yeah. He was supposed to be in the video.
I got hung up.
Things happen,
Yeah.
and
I thought it was just Richard was rock star and you're like,
no.
I mean,
everyone knows I'm the talent.
no.
It's not like that.
I
It's not
just
like that.
all I want is
He's
him.
Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
He's the guy that you don't know who his name is.
You're-
That's like the sidekick.
I'm Andy Richter.
Andy Richter.
Pretty much. No, I got hung up.
You let me down. Let me down, Cammy.
He's not
I
gonna,
know.
He's gonna be in the next one,
Yeah.
and everyone after that. So Gordon Heckman, my brother. So he wanted me.
Gordon.
Yeah, Gordon Heckman, the drummer of Depth Swab, Power Man 5000, Cage 9. Wellington.
Wellington. I know.
Yeah.
I know him from Wellington. He was
Yeah.
a little baby.
Yes, he was. So he wanted me to preface this question. First of all, let me just say this. He didn't want me to ask you the question on air. He wanted me to ask you, because he's such a little worrywart.
He's such a little worrywart. Such a little worrywart.
I went from the most harsh thing to he's a worrywart.
Now you're just putting him on blast.
I'm sorry, but I don't know. If you don't want to answer this question, basically, if you can't answer this question for any reason, we'll skip.
Just smoke it, yo.
Well, okay. Are you telling me to just go? These are legal things we got to go through.
I know.
It's legalities. My brother says, I remember going to see Korn at the old party gardens here, and when I came out to my truck, there was a Deftones cassette on my window. We're getting there.
I got you.
There's a full story. There was a Deftones cassette on my window. That was the first time I ever heard of them. Wellington was tracking at the old Mind's Eye studio, and I told Larry about the tape I got. He mentioned something about hanging out with the Deftones in Vegas and maybe some trouble with the cops. Ask Larry about hanging with the Deftones in Vegas. I think there's a story there, but I can't remember for sure. Are you able to talk about this? Do you know what he's talking about?
I know exactly what he's talking about. And
Hookers and
I'm
blow?
trying to remember who it was. It wasn't the Deftones, though. He's got the story a little mixed up.
Gordon, fuck you, dude! You're not as perfect as you thought, dude!
You little weenie.
You little
Richard just
worry
blacked out.
wart.
Dude, I almost just passed out.
You're
My blood pressure.
you're
What
vein in your
band-
neck.
Dude, that was so long ago.
Yeah.
It was a band. It was
Wasn't the Deftones?
Neurosis.
Okay. Who the fuck?
Gordon knows who they are.
Okay. So this is what happened in Vegas. What happened?
So
Hookers and blow.
no, it's way less sexy than that. So
And you know how sexy hookers and blow.
I went
right on
to
Would have been a lot sexier
So-
with Deftones, but Neurosis is cool.
Neurosis and MDC. Do you know who they are? They were a punk band, Millions of Dead Cops.
No.
They're also called Millions of Dead Christians.
I wish.
They would change their name every record. Multi-Death Corporation.
Oh.
Never heard of that band?
Dude, I suck.
Oh, they were amazing. Anyway,
That's a cool idea though,
Yeah.
just to keep it moving.
they were playing.
Whenever
and,
you have a question like that, just direct it right past me. Check with him first.
and so at that time there was like a huge Bay Area punk rock hardcore scene, like really big. Like Green Day came out of it. Bands like Op IV that
Love Op IV.
Op IV.
Yeah.
Crimp Shrine, and Neurosis was like the heavy spectrum that came out of that same scene.
Okay.
And they were like my all-time favorite band at the time. So we went up to Vegas. They played on a dry lake bed. The middle of the show, end up hanging out with the guys from Neurosis, because back then when bands toured and stuff, it was like a scene, so you would get to talk to the band.
Get to hang out afterwards.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just like commonplace. So after 3 or 4 tours, you're like buddies.
Homies,
you know
yeah.
them all. So ended up hanging out with them. Find out there is a nuclear test site protest like less than a half hour away going on that weekend. So we're like, dude, after the show, we're going.
Yeah.
So we go, and then the deal was at, I don't know, it was like 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. Everybody crosses the barrier into the government test site, which is illegal to trespass as a form of protest. And there was like 10, 15,000 people there
Oh shit.
Oh.
that are like, don't fucking set off nuclear bombs
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
Nevada. That's retarded.
Stop.
Yeah, I mean-
Stop.
So
Stop what you're gonna do.
So we all go in, and it takes a while, but the cops end up rounding everybody up. And there were so many people, they would zip tie your hands and then load you on a bus and then take you to the sheriff thing or the
Station or
jail, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And and so after a couple hours, they were over it, man. They were like, this is so many people, this is stupid, we're not making a difference arresting them all. So they'd ask you your name, you would say, I'm Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
And they would write it down, and then you'd get put in a jail for like 3 or 4 hours, and then they let everybody go. And in that jail pen thing, I was arrested with the guys from Neurosis.
Nice, dude.
And I figured out how to, you know, punk rockers have all those little pins on their
Sure,
jacket.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Flare.
So I figured out how to pull one off and open the old little zip tie
little
handcuffs.
Cokerton.
So I went around and freed everybody in the little jail. Yeah.
You were like a modern day Harriet Tubman.
Yeah.
Lariat Tubman.
So So Gordy, I'm sorry, it wasn't the Deftones.
God damn it. Hey, mark it. That's the clip. Oh, okay. Mark it. Lariat. Okay. Excellent.
Dude, you're picking everyone's locks with your pin?
Yeah.
It's fucking hot, brilliant shit, dude. I love it. That's awesome, dude.
I'd say that was pretty glamorous.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I was sexy. I think that's great.
15,000 people
Yeah.
don't really know what they were gonna do when they were all gonna storm Area 51 and all that. Do you remember when that all hype was going on?
Yeah, that was recent, dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
okay.
within the
Yeah, it
last
was-
year.
yeah.
Because
Okay.
Joe Rogan, he had been doing a lot of podcasts that had to do with aliens and having experts on and so people were gonna, with
Bob Lazar. Yeah.
and they were going to storm Area 51 or whatever wherever he was stationed or whatever the fuck it was, but they were all going to get shot by
Yeah.
the military. It's kind of
You
nice.
can't just storm Area 51.
yeah, so it's kind of nice.
it's a
that
bad
they-
idea.
We're going to do this. Oh, thank you, Ben.
Oh, what is that? Is that a white wine spritzer?
It's yeah.
It's a Pinot.
Is it a Pinot
It's a
Noir?
wine
Do you
cooler.
need a
It's a
dr-
it's a B&J.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
You want another kilt?
Sure, thank you.
Thanks, brother.
Refill.
That was a good story, though.
Yeah. Okay. So
I
Deftones
forgot
are
about
not-
that.
that's
so. Thank
awesome.
you, Gordon, because I would have never talked about that experience.
Gordon's got
That was
does
way
Gordon got
back in the
one?
vault.
Hey.
I really wish Gordon was right about the Deftones, though.
Thank you.
Gordon was here right now.
Kind of stoked.
He'd be in the corner.
Yeah.
But I think Gordon would be like, no, actually, what happened? The real story was, I'm never wrong. Gordon, I love you. He's probably not going to listen anymore.
You little
And
weenie.
you know what? He gets the upper hand on me all the time. This is the only thing I got.
Hey,
got
as
it.
a younger brother, you got to take what you can get.
You got
He
it.
used to give me Chinese torture. And no cultural appropriation there. I mean, just straight up, that's what we called it. Not appropriation. That's not racist. You guys.
This?
No, on the chest.
No, he would do it on the,
On the
chest.
chest.
Yes, he would pin me.
That's
and
brutal,
I
dude.
finally figured out how to crack that fucking code.
Squeeze his nutsack.
No, I would grab his armpit hair.
Oh, yeah.
He had long, straight armpit hair, and so he'd be
His
doing
hair-
that.
armpit hair was like his dreadlocks.
Yeah. You know, back in those days, he had like a good, nice physique, so he always had his shirt off. So I would just, and I'd get it, and I would go, and he'd go, oh, and I would get as far away as I could, and then run. But he was faster than me, and he would find me and catch me, and
He was super fast.
he would beat me. My brother beat me. Okay, so WLIL Glass. Is it Will Glass? Or why does he put the L there? WLIL is how it is on Facebook. Is his name Will?
Yeah, it's Will.
Okay, well,
I don't know why he does it.
check it out. You don't have a very big presence on Facebook.
He's
You're not a-
Intrinsic. Do you know Intrinsic, the rapper?
Yes.
That's Will. Yeah.
It's like knowing Sonny Bono, not Sonny Bono, Sonny from the hair. Come on, Cam, help me. Come on, Cam.
From first to last.
From First to Last, but that was the band he was in. But
Skrillex.
Skrillex.
Yeah.
Knowing that his name is Sonny.
Yeah,
I know Sonny,
exactly.
but it's Skrillex. Okay, that's
Exactly.
God, that would have been a really good one if I could have just done it, but I couldn't do it. So, William Glass asks you, and I don't know this. You're just gonna have to elaborate.
This is going to be horrible.
It's ask him why he's the biggest half in the history of huge halves.
Of course, that's what he said.
Do tell.
If you want this episode to never be banned, go to the next one.
Can't do it,
It's
bro.
not bad?
Can't do it.
You can't do it.
Okay, we gotta skip it.
Oh, no. I'm saying we can't move on.
Oh,
I
you
need to
can't?
hear what this is talking about.
All right, so
We've talked about some fucked up
Okay.
shit.
No, yeah, we can't.
when I met Will, he was in a band with this guy Jody, and they were starting. It was like a rap rock band, and they just went on tour with Twisted, I think. And
Juggalos.
Sister?
yeah, they're a jug band.
They're a
Yeah.
jug band, yeah.
So we were making a record, and you know how like you get the little phrases when you're making a record over a long period of time, like
Yes.
going huge, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, there's just things that
Yeah.
click for that experience, and they stay with that.
Yes.
So, Will and Jody were Jewish.
Okay.
And they like to play around with that fact that they had that background. You know what I mean?
Okay.
All right.
What's wrong
And
with that?
so,
man?
That's what,
so you know
They like to play the Jew card.
the stereotypes about being Jewish.
sure, yeah.
But
They
you
would
did-
like to ham it up with that stuff. So
Yeah.
if you did something that was, and you weren't Jewish, but if you did something that was relative to a Jewish stereotype,
Yes.
they would call you a heifer
Okay. All right.
because you're not a full Jew, but
Sure.
Yeah. But
You're a
doing,
heifer.
You're doing some Jewish shit.
yeah. So that's what he means.
Okay. That's
All
not
right.
bad.
That's not too bad.
That's not
Oh,
bad.
that's not too bad.
We talk about the moil every once in a while.
That's why I'm a heifer.
Okay.
Okay.
What kind of shit were you doing though? What were you doing, bro?
Well, his nickname, or no, Jody's nickname, I called him Napkin because he was,
he was cleaning everything up.
no, he would literally take napkins from the restaurant so he didn't have to
pocket
buy
that
them
shit.
at home.
For sure. Yeah.
He'd just get a whole bunch of napkins and take them home. Such a napkin.
I keep.
I have a few friends that would do that.
I still.
So I'm gonna start calling them
Yep.
hackers.
No, you call them napkins.
Napkins.
I still do it.
You just say you're straight napkin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're straight napkin. Well, you do because you got a runny nose a lot.
Me?
Yeah.
I blacked out again.
Yeah, you did. You went,
Now Richard might be a heifer and a napkin. He could be.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm a nap half. Come on, Cam. Fuck it.
the recipe didn't call for it, bro. I can't.
Do you keep your dreadlocks in a napkin ring?
Rap and sing.
Okay. Next question.
Question 3.
This one's from a fellow local musician. I can't even remember the band that he was in, and I feel like a total piece of shit. But what up, Jonathan? He's actually a big supporter of the show, and
And shit all over his
Jonathan-
band.
piece
Jonathan
of shit.
who?
Now this question.
Great.
I got lots of things to say before every question. So are you ready for this section?
I'm good to go.
Okay, so he didn't have me preface. I'm prefacing this time. You're not. I don't know how you're gonna answer this question honestly, especially with he and I here. And actually, Taylor, have you ever recorded with Larry? Any of the bands you were in?
No, I have not actually.
Okay, so, but regardless, he says top 5 AZ local bands he's worked with over the years, or bands he thought that could have really made it but didn't. So
Wow.
let's go with the
That's a
first
tough one.
Let's go with the first question, and then we'll touch on the second one.
There is a second one?
Yeah, so it's top. Well, I guess it would probably fit in. To it's basically top 5 AZ local bands that you've worked with,
Okay.
and then also bands that you thought should have made it. Yeah.
Okay.
But never did.
Okay.
Because you've worked with thousands.
Yeah.
Man,
You got to go deep in the archives, bro.
So
I can't even
the
imagine.
noodle doesn't work that great these days. So, but
God, you've done so much shit though too.
yeah, that's tough.
There's no way. Could you imagine working with that many bands?
No.
I'll
I
just
know.
give you the ones that pop into my head.
All right.
So, and I'm sorry if I offend anybody.
That's the other thing. Because
that's what makes this question great, though. I
Yeah.
think.
But see, that's the thing. If you have the ability to
So-
go back and process it again, you
Yeah.
might come up with 5
exactly.
other bands.
So at this point in time,
Right
these
now,
are my
here and
answers.
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. So the first one is the top 5 bands that I worked with that are from Arizona.
Yeah, AZ bands.
Okay. All right. So that I did a record for, right?
I'm gonna go with yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's.
All right. I'm not gonna say a number 1 or a 5. Just
Don't.
the top 5 would
Yeah.
be. Jimmy Eat World would have to be in the top 5.
Yeah.
Let's see. I was really proud of the I Set to Kill Reach album. That was a great
Oh,
one.
yeah.
people always talk about it to me. Like today, somebody said something about it, and I did that like over 10 years ago. So
Like the quality of the record. Yeah.
let's see. Of course, God, comfort for change,
Yeah.
yeah.
for sure.
See, I knew you had. It was like.
No,
setup.
but if it was someone else, I would have said that.
Would you have?
Yeah, I really would
That
have.
really makes me feel
I
good.
really would have.
That does make me feel
And I
good.
was gonna say fifth, but I was like, "Fuck it."
Yeah.
Say it.
But I
third.
thought you weren't putting them in order.
I'm not.
Okay.
But people are gonna.
They're gonna feel like you did.
In no particular
I would have
order.
to say Fred Green.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
You can't. Right.
Probably Groover.
Yes.
Fuck.
So good.
Dude, I mean, there was really no way to express to Chris when he was here how deep that record really went into my whole like family. Like it
Yeah,
was
dude.
that record. There's just no way to explain it. Like it was just the best.
It
record.
coursed through everybody's.
It clicked so good with you guys.
Dude.
Yeah.
God. And when my brother brought it home, I just thought it was another fucking Savage Garden.
Dude,
Soundgarden. You know, like he was bringing home shit like that, and it was like, here's another one, and I was like, what's this? And the artwork on it instantly, when you just look at it, like the first thing you're like, wow, this is really cool, looks really cool, and you open it, the CD had artwork on it, you put it in, and it was just like, holy shit, yeah, I
They're
that album's
very
unreal,
creative.
so good.
super.
Yeah.
And it sounds so good, dude.
It's just like
It's crisp.
and I'm a true believer of this, is that when a band is ready to make the record, like the one that defines what they sound like and what people like, for the Deftones, it's White Pony.
Yeah.
For, you know what I mean? There's like Alice in Chains, it would probably be Dirt.
Yeah.
So when the band's ready to make the record, it really doesn't matter too much who they go to or who ended up doing it or whatever.
They're
'cause
charged, ready to fucking roll, son.
that shit's gonna
Yeah.
come out.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You might be able to bring out a little extra 10-15%, but no matter what, that shit
They've
is
got
happening.
that shit dialed.
And I think
Yeah.
that was the one for them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I could have been some Joe Blow doing it, and that record was going to be great.
You could have
You
been
know what I mean?
that weed smoking guy who was like,
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
whatever you want, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they fucking, I mean, every song on that record is so good. And actually hearing about some of the history of some of those songs was really fucking fun to hear about. And what a cool fucking guy too. And he talks like this. First.
Fucking Bob. Yeah.
So that's 4. What's the 5th one? If you say Digital Summer, I'll kill you, bro. I'm kidding. Totally kidding.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
Digital Summer.
Yeah, of course.
I have to mention them
You
because
have to.
You should.
I did a bunch of records with them, and I've spent so much time with them that they're family to me, just like you guys
For sure.
are. You
For
know what
sure.
I mean? So
I was joking, by the way.
yeah. Oh, I know.
Just for everyone, Jesus Christ.
Just I know the history and
yeah.
blah blah blah.
I mean,
blah, blah,
they stole our drummer and everything.
Yeah.
Actually, my last live rock show was playing with them.
I know.
Was it really?
Yeah. I filled in for Fish
It almost feels like the whole
at
thing
a
was,
Halloween show at Boston's.
That's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he fucking ripped it. He also played
Oh,
with
I'm sure he
Agriculture
did.
one time.
It was. It was
just-
a good time.
yeah, he always-
It really was a good time.
Yeah. They'd probably also fall under the category of bands that should have probably made it.
100%.
100%.
But didn't make it.
And Fred Green too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah. It still blows my mind. And I remember, years back where they were like,
I
they
think
were in the New Times a bunch, but they were getting covers, and it's like, all right, let's throw Fred Green on a tour with fucking 311 and
when you get
or something,
a
and
band
it'll
that
be
is,
huge for them.
I think when you get a band as creative as Fred Green was, you don't have you're using that side of your brain so much that is it your left or your right? that's
I
created.
get it. I get it confused.
Yeah,
but I
never
think
remember.
you're right.
Okay, that the other side that handles business and all the other stuff is like retarded.
Right.
Yeah.
It gets left out to dry. It's like,
So they
like dust.
They
Yeah.
had to have like some epic like on point manager come in at the right point, and they would have made it. I have no doubt. But they just that didn't happen for them. So just like a little thing, like like Groover, for example. They sold 16,000 copies on their own of that record. Well, that was like 10 years ago. Maybe now it's even more.
Oh, it's
But
gotta be.
Maybe it's 26,000.
Yeah.
But anyway, at that point in time, like when I made the last record that they put out,
Still burning.
yeah, when
Yeah.
I made that record, at that point they had sold like 16,000 copies, and
And
I'm
that
like-
was, dude,
I'm like,
that
I go,
album was
dude.
full of fucking.
did you guys? My question was, because I'm into the business side of music
Sure,
industry,
yeah.
did you guys happen to put a barcode on the record? Like, is it saying SoundScan says that you guys sold 16,000 units? Oh no, man, we didn't do that.
Yeah.
So if they would have, every record label in the country would have been
Picked up on it.
all over them.
Yeah.
Because a local band that is independent band that is selling 16,000 units, that doesn't happen.
It's unheard of.
So they would have been getting calls from everybody if they'd just done something that simple. So again, but that's not really their fault because that's not what they were
Yeah.
programmed to do.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
They're busy writing the fucking music that we
Yeah.
all love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, I got none of that. That part of my brain.
Me neither. Nothing.
So when I heard that, I was just like, it's crushing because I'm like, dude, imagine like they have people at the labels that just specifically look for that
Look
stuff.
for that stuff, right?
Who's this band from Arizona? They sold 16,000 records on their own.
Yeah, that's like Didn't
That's
Green
huge.
Day do that?
Yeah, exactly.
But did they have fucking barcodes?
They did because they were on a record label. They were
Oh.
on Lookout Records, which was a semi-big independent record label.
Right.
Right.
Independent punk label.
So do you want to touch on? So there was obviously Digital Summer, Fred Green. Is there any other bands that you were like, damn, that band should have gone huge, but didn't?
I know there are a
Giant
bunch.
Killer?
Bionic Jive.
Maybe. It was just
Yeah, but you guys fucking did some sick tourage.
it was just timing and 9/11 happened. Dude, 9/11 happened 22 days before our record dropped.
And
So imagine that.
yeah, and the music industry was
Yeah.
completely shifting.
Yes.
It was transitioning.
That was the very end of the roaring 20s of the
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
God. So I was looking online and I found a video of Bionic Jive. Was it MTV? Do you guys play? There was something.
Farm Club.
What was that?
Okay, so
Was that not MTV or
no.
Well, what?
So Farm Club, it was called Jimmy and Doug's Farm Club, and it was
Uh-huh.
Jimmy Iovine and Doug. I forgot his last name. Jimmy was the president of Interscope.
Uh-huh.
Doug was the president of Universal,
Yeah.
and they had this great idea. It was genius to have a TV show
Yeah.
that was also a record label, and ended up being traded as a company on the stock market because that was the time when the what's the little stock market called?
The little stock market.
No, there's like the big
New York
The
Stock
Dow?
Exchange.
and then the tech one. What's that called?
NASDAQ?
Ye-
No, not NASDAQ, but I know what you're talking about.
Lazarus. Vince.
Lazarus, Vince.
You guys know what I'm talking about though, the tech
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's not the Nasdaq.
the Nasdaq's the big one.
What's the Dow Jones?
That's the Nasdaq.
The
right?
industrial average.
What's the?
Oh, that's the average of like a bunch of big companies. Is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Dow Jones. I don't know.
So they were traded on the little.
So that was the idea. So the idea behind the business was they would get, because they were the two heads of the biggest record labels in the world, they had all this great talent, right?
Yeah.
Everybody.
Endless.
So they could have 6 amazing huge bands like U2 and Dr. Dre play on the show, and then a unknown band would play on the show, and then people at home would vote whether to give them a record deal or not. So first they would vote all this. You would put your song, like if you were Comfort for Change, you would upload your song onto the Farm Club website, and then people would vote, and then the highest voting songs would get on the show.
Oh, that's a
do a live
great
performance.
fucking idea.
So we put our song on the website,
That is.
and then we got called to be on the show. And then once we were on the show, we played. So the night we played was System of a Down.
No way.
Which is fucking.
And they played right before us, dude.
So they were another unknown. They were
No,
unknown.
they were just
They were one of the
like
big
Sugar was almost platinum at that time.
Oh,
like
okay.
they were just starting that first record. They weren't who they became, but they were on their way.
Yeah.
But
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, because that was.
Okay, so check this out. This is a cool story. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So the stage was a giant circle.
Yes.
Like 100 feet circle.
Yep.
Big wall in the center. System of a Down is playing on this side. We're setting up on this side to play. Then the whole stage
And it
goes
rotates.
boom, because it's shot. It's
That's
for television.
efficiency.
So they're playing like that side of the wall right there, killing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like System of a Down,
Yeah.
just fucking destroying every
Everybody.
atom in that place.
Yes.
We're on this side setting up, and I'm just like, oh I'm sick. I don't
Yeah.
feel good. About to go on. Dude, run. Literally. It's like a movie. I can't believe this happened. Dude runs in the room. Hey, we got the new Nielsen ratings for the show. 4 million people watch it every night.
Yeah, that's what pushed it out. Yeah.
Literally, first time I ever hyperventilated. Like, give me a bag. Aren't you supposed to get a bag?
Right. Yeah.
Then we go on, we play, we did good. Our attorney that was shopping in our demo and stuff to get us a record deal came to the show. And Jimmy Iovine came up to our room that night and was basically like, you guys are going to have a deal memo tomorrow, and welcome to
Jimmy Iovine told you guys this.
Yeah.
That's fucking.
And it was a cool experience. Like it was in a big backlot studio at Universal Studios, and so we get there early and did the sound check, and then you have like 6 hours to kill, and we're like, can we go in the park? And they're like, yeah, but you have to have a bodyguard. And so this dude, like gigantic football player guy, just literally walked us up to the front of each ride, and we did the whole park in like 25 minutes. And I have this picture still. You know, you go down the log ride and they take the picture, and everybody's face is just like, ah! So everybody in the band and the 2 black guys in the band were just completely horrified. They were just like, ah! And then the bodyguard's sitting right behind us, and he's just like stone faced.
Yeah, not
with his
fake.
arms crossed. Whatever.
And you have that picture.
Have that picture.
It's on your fridge.
Jimmy Iovine and the
So I don't know what's cooler, getting the deal or doing the entire park in 25 minutes with a bodyguard.
his name was Jimmy Dean. And he gave you guys sausages. Because he only hires people that sounds like him. Sorry, go ahead.
So that was fun. And I'm forgetting, like, I think Methods of Mayhem played that night, and Stone Temple Pilots did like a acoustic with a string quartet thing that was just
sexy fucking
so
awesome shit.
disgusting.
Yeah, dude.
They were one of the best bands ever back then. They were just
they were
insane.
one of my all-time faves.
And so the thing was genius, right? But the problem with the show was, because of the voting, you had to film each episode weekly. And a normal TV show, those backlots are so expensive to rent, to have
Yeah.
a whole one. They rent them for a month. They shoot all the episodes for their show, and then they have the whole year of stuff to put out because they're so expensive, the production
Right.
of it.
Right.
But they had to keep it full time, and it just wasn't, I don't know, it's something crazy like $35,000 a day to have that.
Oh my God.
It was insane. I forget the number, but it was a lot.
What
And
a great fucking idea.
so the only way they could make money was wrap up the show, the label, and the website all into a stock venture and then trade it
Have it go public.
and have it go public and then boom, millions of dollars, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And that was the plan. And then that was the year that techie
Shit out,
techie stock market
Crashed.
totally crashed. So we had that happen. Then we had 9/11 happen. And then I'll might remember later, but something else horrible happened. So 3 things just basically said, you're not ever
Took a
going to
shit.
be famous or have another record, basically.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jonathan Wilson, for that question. I hate to do this, Ben. Can you see how long we've been going?
What do we start at, like 9:30?
Did we start at 9:30?
Yeah, we got to get a little bit.
We
got
might go a
20 more
little. We
minutes.
might go a little long.
Okay.
Usually our episodes are about an hour and
Hour?
a half.
Oh, hour
but
and a half.
Yeah, they're an hour and a half. Are you cool?
Yeah.
Is
I'm
everything
cool.
all right?
I don't got anywhere to be.
Okay, cool. If it goes long, who gives a shit? People, I looked on YouTube. It tells you how long people watch videos for, and our average watch time is like 16 minutes or something. So, which is kind of gnarly because like our
60 minutes is 60 minutes.
our videos are so long, you know, and we're still getting whatever. But other people post videos that are like 3 minutes long. You know, it's kind of like the average 3 to 6 minutes. Ours are an hour and a half to 2 hours. So this is the last. This is the last question I took from online. This is from a girl named Christine Ayanacone. She says salt and vinegar chips or Cheetos.
Salt and vinegar chips.
As well.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Fuck
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I did
All
like
day.
I did like Cheetos dipped in ketchup when I was a young.
Yeah, it's more
When
like
I was a
Cheetos
young-
are a kid's food, man.
They do. They feel
Yeah.
little kids.
Yeah.
Kids
You
like
grow up, you get the vinegar thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Ben, do you still eat Cheetos?
No, salt and vinegar, man.
Okay, just kidding.
No, it's salt vinegar, man.
Okay, so that's it for the questions. And if you submitted a question, thank you so much for the participation. We got some fucking killer stories out of Larry on that one. Those were
did.
some good questions. I got
were.
a question. So this happened to me the other day. I value your opinion on this. I was at work, and it's a public restroom. Like there's a 3-stall pooper and then a 3-stall peer. And I went in, and there was a guy taking a deuce. And I went pee, and the guy who was taking a shit started talking to me like, "Hey, how's it going out there? And it was one of these kind of days." And I was like, "Who are you? Are you fucking
You've
talking?
been talking to me this whole time.
Are you actually talking to me from the shitter, you gross motherfucker?" Start washing my hands. He kept talking to me like, "Oh God, I had 1,500 cases today to deliver." And I was just like, "Yeah," and I got the fuck out of there. My question to you is: it's a 2-part question. One, do you find that kind of behavior acceptable in a public facility? And 2, how do you take that home with you and Manderpants? Do you guys poop in front of each other? What kind of situation you guys got going on at home?
Oh, well. Yeah.
No.
No, I mean, I don't want to assume.
What do you think?
I would just straight up start laughing if that happened to me. I wouldn't be able to.
Larry's just sitting there in the next stall going, "Are you talking to me?"
I wasn't pooping. He was pooping.
Right, he was
right.
washing his hands.
Jesus.
Oh,
He
that's
doesn't know
so
how-
funny.
To
What
me-
did you say anything?
I wanted to be like, this is unacceptable. What you're doing right now is unacceptable. I can smell. First of all, I hate the fact that when I smell shit,
You're breathing it in.
came from his asshole, and I'm smelling his poop. poop.
Yeah.
I don't like any of that. That means his poop is now in
your lungs.
my body, and I'm processing this smell.
And
I
he
don't-
wants to talk about
So I don't like any of that.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, how many cases you delivered
That's
today?"
great.
And I was like, "Hey, but no." Basically, I was like, "Yep, yep."
Yo,
In my
yo.
mind, this guy was dead. In my mind, I wanted an anaconda to come out of the toilet, suck his asshole out. I was very upset. So you would have just laughed.
I would have laughed and left. Yes.
Laughed and left. The double L's. So you would have laughed and left. Now, what do you do at home? Are you pooping in front of Mandy, or what are you doing?
No.
Yes.
No. No, don't do that.
Cam.
Oh well, no, we have a closed our toilet in our master.
You have a water
door.
closet.
We have a water
We
closet.
do too.
Yes. Absolutely. No,
We do too.
we're behind closed doors all the time.
What's a
Yeah.
water closet?
You close that shit.
What kind of?
It's a toilet in a room with a door.
In the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like in your bathroom, there's another little room that the
It's
toilet's
just
in.
for pooping, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
So just for poop.
So you don't have
But
to
will
bother
we-
people.
Hey, this or that, your other thing. There's call and response.
Oh,
Do you guys
sure.
chat?
For sure.
So y'all
Sure.
chat?
Sure.
I can't do that either.
Minimal chat.
I'm not into it unless I need something that is critical to the process.
Sure, like get
Like you
we're out of toilet paper.
Yeah.
Or
So-
like, oh, will you stir the?
Do you say are you like I can go take a shit right now, or are you just kind of like drift off?
I just sneak off.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I don't like any of that stuff. Cam, what do you do?
I say, well, usually we're with the kids, so I'm like, I'm gonna go poop real quick. So she doesn't think like I just
Right.
bailed.
right.
You know, like,
Yeah, okay.
like, I'm
get
gonna
that.
go poop real quick. If it's just the kids, if
not
it's just
leaving.
us,
I can't.
Oh, I'll just disappear.
I cannot say that
I'll
I've
disappear
never
for
said
20
that.
minutes.
Yeah, I can't say that I haven't done that before.
Okay.
Yeah,
But you are
for
respectful.
Oh, of course.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because that's all they're gonna think about.
Yes.
Right.
Where the fuck is Larry?
Yeah.
He's supposed to be here with the kids
No,
right now.
that you were shitting in front of them.
Oh, okay. That's true. Dude, here's the thing. I have, when it comes to my kids, all the rules don't apply at that point. I have diarrhea blasted into my toilet, staring into my son's eyes, just like fuck, and
Now my daughter,
he's,
my daughter leaves the door open on purpose. She'll just kick the door open. I'm shitting.
really
She will not flush, so you have to see it.
nice.
Yes.
Proud.
She's gangster.
Let's quickly talk about and then we'll get to the game and then we'll be done. I created a game
Okay.
for you, and I felt like, given that it's gonna be Halloween, we'll get there in a second. Here's the final question: how did you get into the documentary game? What was the documentary that you worked on recently? I'm
Okay.
very excited to talk about it.
So I haven't necessarily gotten into it where I've found the topic. I'm searching for the topic of the film I want to make as personally.
Oh, okay.
But I was hired to work on a film that someone else is making.
Okay.
So I was what you call the director of photography.
Oh yes.
So you get hired to shoot it, and they respect your input, but they have a vision and they're making a film already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've worked with a couple because when I lived in Los Angeles, the last job I had was doing like faux painting. Like I would paint sets and shit, and the director of
Photography.
would come in. Usually the biggest piece of shit of all time. They would come in and fucking nitpick every little thing that you did. Say this
Yeah.
is dog shit, that's dog shit. Usually walk around with really high pants and a fucking little sachet and a little hi, like that kind of thing. So this was you?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh, I thought you said you were. But that was the job. That was the role
Yeah.
that you took on. You weren't
Yeah.
that. You weren't the sachet, obviously.
No.
So what's the film that you were working on?
So I got hired to. So recently, I made a couple short films where I directed
oh, okay.
about Henry Cejudo, who's a UFC champion
Right.
and a Olympic champion, and I've been a UFC fan since 1993. Like that's my I watch that. I don't watch football. I'm not like
Right.
that's my shit.
The Gracie era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, of course, that's like a dream come true.
Right.
Like to meet those guys, end up becoming friends with them, and then make a film about their story. You know, that's it's the best.
Huge.
It's
Yes.
the best.
Dude.
And since I get it, I can do a good job doing it. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because
Yeah.
I really get it.
Yeah.
And I know the parts of the story that the audience wants to get into, and
Yeah.
the parts that'll
The
you know,
passion is
yeah,
fueling
exactly,
it big time.
exactly. So, so I did a couple of those, and they were successful. The last one I did ended up, part of it was on NBC and a bunch of news channels, ESPN, because it was a story about how Henry, he was at a charity event in California speaking, and it was during the Santa Clara fires in California that were in 2017 or 18.
Okay.
It was like the worst fire
The
ever.
campfire and all that.
The worst
stuff,
fire
right? Yeah.
ever until the one that just happened.
Right.
Yeah. The
And,
one's still going.
Yeah. And he barely escaped out of the building alive. Like he woke up 2 a.m. and everything's on fire for miles around him. And he had to jump out of a 2-story window, barely survived, burned his foot. Anyway, his gold medal he had brought for the speaking engagement, and it perished in the fire. His Olympic gold medal. He won a gold medal for wrestling.
Yeah. Wow.
And so a company that I work for, liftedtrucks.com, I do all their commercials. So
Oh, really?
I've done like 200 commercials for them.
Do they
Yeah.
want to sponsor the show?
We'll mention them anyways.
I mean,
And,
come on, liftedtrucks.com.
So they're one of Henry's sponsors.
oh, cool.
And they're cool people. So
Nice.
they said, me and the guy that I work with, that we make all the commercials with, that's actually at Lifted Trucks, and he's a good friend of mine that was actually in a band. Do you remember a band called Crushed?
Yes.
He was the guitar player for Crushed.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so he works at Lifted Trucks, and we make a lot of films together. So, so we came up together with this idea, dude, we should get Lifted Trucks to make a replica of, like, replace his gold medal. Like, buy to do it and then just give it to him. Just because it's, like, badass thing to do.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I made a film about it. Like, we actually, like, left Lifted Trucks, went to the jeweler. It's like the super ritzy jeweler in Old Town Scottsdale. I forget what it's called. If you're into jewelry, you probably know what it is because it's like the biggest one. And
What's that? What are those stupid commercials?
Shane's?
no, it's
That's
like a
Jane.
custom, like, super foo-foo one.
On a
like,
coma.
like they have $100,000 watches in there and stuff.
I'm not
And,
going to do it, but I could do it.
Shane Cohen's costume in the coma.
1 mile
And,
south of a coma. Open weekends till 8. Yes.
No commission.
So we got to talk to the guy that like made it, and he talked about the process and how it was difficult. And they made it out of solid gold, and the real gold medals are actually solid silver with gold plating.
Yeah.
So this one was solid gold, and talked about the challenges of how, because it's such a detailed image
yeah, where
on
did
the
you get
metal.
that? So you just
He made it from scratch, dude. This guy.
you just got the template or whatever.
Yeah.
You looked it up.
Yeah.
What was on the metal?
Yep.
Oh my.
And he
And
made it.
fucking
And
made
it
it.
looked perfect, dude. And on the back, it's the only Olympics ever that it's not just a solid metal thing. The Beijing Olympics in 2008, they had this circular jade piece that was inset in the back of it,
Oh wow, cool.
and they did that too. And it was just so nice. So we pick it up, and then we go to Henry's house, and as soon as we walk in, he's like doing a on-air Zoom session with ESPN during because the UFC fight was that night, the Adesanya fight that just happened,
Oh wow.
and that ties into my other story too. But so that was a lot of fun, and that film actually ended up touching a lot of people, and it ended up parts of it on ESPN and NBC and some other outlets and stuff. So that was
So
cool.
you filmed the whole process, every step of the way.
Yeah, and then made a little, like a 6-minute film about it.
Nice.
And
Are you in the
I'm
film?
never in it.
Okay.
No. And then
You should be.
The manager of Paulo Costa, who is a UFC middleweight, he's the guy that fought Israel Adesanya for the middleweight championship that night
Yeah.
that we were at Henry's house,
Yeah.
and he lost badly.
Yeah.
So I went to Brazil and started making his film because he's got a really cool story too. He's like from the slums of Brazil and came up and now is making pretty. I mean, for him, it's huge money in the UFC.
You had to travel to
I got to
Brazil.
see like where he grew up, the house. I met his mom. His mom cooked me dinner.
Oh,
That's fucking huge, dude.
like
Probably
Oh
so
my
good.
God.
got to go to their
Yeah.
gym and see how
See what it was all
what
about.
their camp's like and all that, and meet his doctors, his Muay Thai coach, his jiu-jitsu coach, his wrestling coach. Just the whole process of doing a camp at that level of the game, such high athletic performance and everything, the science that goes into it and all that stuff. So
How long were you there for?
we were there a week, and then
Dude, you can sponge up a lot of cool shit in a week.
And then we were supposed to, you know, you asked me at the beginning how the coronavirus affected my life. This is the worst one.
Oh.
So we were supposed to do a week in Brazil and then come to Arizona, and at Fight Ready Gym in Scottsdale, he was going to do a week there. And then we were going to go to Abu Dhabi, where the fight was, and spend a week there. But because of the coronavirus, they only allow 4 people per team to go, so we
Yeah.
weren't allowed to go.
Damn, that would have been.
So fuck.
I know.
Could have gone to Abu Dhabi.
Oh
man.
shit.
I stick with that.
Fight
man.
Island, brother.
Yeah, Fight
That would have
Island.
been sick.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
You would have been in your element.
So, so yeah, we got to spend a week with Paulo, and the cool thing that I learned there was it's such a different culture than America. Like, so different. Like, they don't value anything that we value, and it's way more family oriented. Like, in fact, they live
They value more shit that we take for granted.
yeah, they live multi-generationally. So
In the households?
Yes.
Hey, we do that here.
yeah,
We're doing it right now.
Yeah, you are.
Dude, we're fucking Brazilian.
exactly. So if you and your wife and your kids lived here,
Yeah.
and then when your kids had kids and all their families lived here,
Right.
that's what they got going on.
Yeah. Which I actually love.
It's badass. And what they do is whenever it was when the first granddad started the house, they just start adding on. And so these places
They
are
make
like
room.
They end up being 4 or 5 stories high, and they build out, and it's just like giant compounds with like, I mean, it's poverty level on compared to the United States, it
Right,
doesn't
sure.
look the best. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's awesome.
Yeah.
It works for them. And
So are you finished with that film?
no.
So now because of the COVID situation where you couldn't film that.
So the idea was if he won and
Right.
became champion, we were going to go back to Brazil and spend a bunch of time there, and then show, the elements that come to someone when they become UFC champion. Like there was big money coming his way if he would have won.
Right.
I mean, the difference was losing. He probably made $300,000 or $400,000, which is 1.5 million real in Brazil, which is, I mean, it's
Sick.
It changed his life for his grandkids there.
Yeah,
you know what I
absolutely.
mean. It's a lot of money,
Yeah.
and but if he would have won, it would have been like tens of millions of dollars, and yeah, like crazy money. So yeah, that's a bummer. And So now the film will probably stretch out to either his comeback when he eventually becomes champion, or if he's a big guy for the weight class. So I personally think he should go up to 205, and he'd have a way better chance of winning
Is
there.
that heavyweight? Or is that
Light heavyweight. He's middleweight now.
Oh.
But he walks around at like 240, and he's fighting at 185.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Cutting weight is rough.
Dude.
So he could run
55
circles. If he got up one weight class, he could just run circles.
I think he would be the most dominant 205er, and it wouldn't even be funny how good he'd be.
So now it's the comeback story.
Yeah, now-
so the whole filming process will be.
It'll be a year or two, maybe. So
Then you got to cut it together.
yeah, then you got to edit it and do the soundtrack.
How do you do the soundtrack for something like that?
So, what was really cool with the last film I mixed, which was You Racist, Sexist, Bigot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maddie's.
Maddie wrote the first film. He paid out so much money for royalties for the music for play,
Right.
that he was like, dude. And Maddie's a legit musician and singer himself in his own
He
right.
is.
So he's like, screw that, I'm gonna make my own soundtrack. And he made a badass soundtrack, like so legit. It's almost like a Queen record, like so crazy good.
Well, like his old man was like barbershop quartet.
Yeah.
So like he's got that skill for sure. Yeah.
And so if you go online, you can, and I actually think the soundtrack won multiple awards as well. Huh. But you can go on and listen to some of the pieces that we did, and it's pretty cool. It's like one of the songs, I'm trying to remember the name of it. I think it's All We Need Is Love. I think that's the name of it. And it's kind of put to a old Southern kind of anthemic native African American type vocal, you know,
Like tribal.
yeah, and it's very hooky, and he got some amazing vocalists to come in and perform it.
Throw it down.
So in the,
I'm so horrible with names, bro. Sister Sledge's daughter, I forget her name. Her last name's Sledge.
that's okay.
She's this amazing singer, just amazing. She's in Afrobeat Orchestra.
Huh.
Have you heard of that band?
Mm-mm.
Dude, I don't know any.
She
band
was one of them.
anymore.
I had like 15 amazing singers in the drum room around a microphone just singing this really huge anthem.
Oh, that would
like,
be sick.
and everybody had their own parts, and it was
like
it
maybe
was epic.
Staples shit. Like,
yeah,
dude.
it was epic, and
That's awesome.
And Maddie wrote every note, all the parts, divided all the harmonies out, everything.
Fuck
like
yeah.
That's
awesome.
It was great, man.
So in respect of the time here, we got to move. Let's move to the final portion of the show, and then we'll get the fuck out of here. Do you have a ding that we could do, Tay?
Sure.
But the problem with this is that you don't know the answers necessarily.
Yeah,
So-
but that's the fun part.
Okay, so we're just gonna go with it.
I know
And
everything.
Cam doesn't even know that I created this game, but
Yeah, I don't even know what it is.
I created.
Surprise, Cammy.
I created the game. Hey,
That's perfect.
I created a game. It's called the Halloween game.
Already hate it.
Well, I
Already hate it. Perfect. So I compiled a list of 15 scary movies. I'm going to tell you the villain's name, and you're gonna have to. Do you like scary movies? Are you familiar with a lot of them?
Some.
He's got a Slayer shirt on.
I would have thought.
a lot.
I would have thought.
No, this
Larry's,
is Kingslayer. This is like a Game of Thrones shirt.
I really felt like you. This,
with the font though, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
True.
risky.
True that.
There's no prize, but I just thought this would be fun to do.
Okay.
And some of them were kind of like I didn't know the actual name of the character, But you got.
I'm gonna be horrible at this. I'm just telling you.
Okay, well, fucking.
That blows my mind, kind of.
So I compiled 15. How about number 15? Annie Wilkes.
No idea.
Fucking.
This is good content, dude. Great.
Misery. Perfect.
This is awesome content.
No, wasn't gonna get it. Wasn't gonna get it.
This is good content. What are you fucking talking about? This is the content.
No, I'm excited for this game.
Misery. So
It's basically me versus you in the game.
yeah, if you can't.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose.
Okay.
I might. We'll see.
Okay, ready? This one, fuck, dude. You're not. I can't even pronounce this name. So great content. Daniel Robitaille.
If I see that, I'm gonna see the answer. Right?
Robitaille.
Don't know.
Psycho?
Candyman.
Oh, fucking!
Look,
I'm
he's
not
so
into
proud.
soft-ass shit.
He's so proud. He's like
Candyman in the Candyman in the Rock is my
Cause the
favorite.
Candyman can.
Candyman's in the Rock.
Okay, this one you're gonna get. Ready?
Okay.
Number 13. Ghostface.
I'm not good.
Scream?
It is.
Put a ding on there.
Give me a ding, bitch.
I'm dinging it. So Larry's 0 for 3, and this one, Jack Torrance. Jack Torrance.
I am not gonna get one of these.
Yes, you are. God damn it, Jack Torrance.
I was making records while you guys were jerking off to these movies.
This one is
So
special.
true.
This one is special. I'll give you a clue. The woman who plays plays Olive Oil in the Popeye movie is in this movie as well.
Still don't know.
The Joker and Batman.
No, the woman.
Jack. Oh, what?
Yes.
No, I'm
You said Jack.
no, but when you said Jack Torrance,
Oh yeah.
I was thinking of Jack Nicholson in Batman. His name's Jack Napier.
God damn.
Sorry.
You know what's crazy, bro?
That's one of the things.
You know what the movie is? The Shining.
Oh, wow!
actually
Look at you.
You were just tits
You were
on.
right
I got
there.
like the tip in.
You were right
I was
there.
right there. Damn it.
How about this one?
And she's all.
Dude, she is Olive Oil in the Popeye movie. She's
Yeah,
in that. She's
yeah.
in The Shining too.
100%.
So you're
All right.
doing good.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm doing great.
You're good to go.
This
0
is
for
great
4,
content.
And you're not being that producer. I remember. Number 11.
Elyea?
Aladdin.
Number 11. Aladdin. No, Leatherface.
Oh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah!
All right.
Ben. Woo. Okay. Here we go. Number 10. Michael Myers. And hold on. And let me tell you something. Before you answer, if you say the wrong one, you can't go back. So you better think.
Michael
then speak.
Myers, Halloween.
Correct. Norman Bates.
Psycho.
You're on a roll.
Yeah,
You're on a roll.
got him.
That's-
Everyone knows these.
No.
No?
I didn't know Norman Bates.
Okay.
I was like, Norm McDonald? I don't know. So, number 8. This one you won't get, but fuck it. Samara Morgan. Samara Morgan.
You got nothing?
I don't.
You know what I wish we had?
Carrie.
I wish we had.
Is it Carrie?
Could we clip somehow? You know, The Price is Right, when they would get something wrong, it'd go. "Burr-dum-burr-burr." We need that.
I have it.
Do you have it? Yeah, get it. And then play it, and then we'll keep going. The content is.
By the way,
Yeah.
I'm really hurt that I
no.
was not brought in on the Dick and Booney soundtrack theme song.
Oh.
We wrote that a cappella in my garage, bruh.
Yeah, we used our.
And we recorded that ourselves.
Yeah,
I would have done it for free.
that's good. Do you want to still do
That's pretty
something?
good.
Something like
Will you
that.
do some things?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could we just do like one day? We'll just do all of the things.
Okay.
Dude, I'll jerk you off.
Okay.
Okay.
Just like when Wayne's World gets the fucking record deal. Wayne's World. Wayne's World. Dude, shit just gets fucking
Give us a
produced the fuck.
even if
Benjamin.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna quickly make an announcement, and then what was that noise? Was it the
That was a
cat?
cat.
That's Tycho.
Is he out of the refrigerator?
He's not in the refrigerator. He's
Okay.
stretching happy.
So I quit my job.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so I quit my job last Monday
Why?
because I am going
So in the middle
of a pandemic.
of a pandemic,
Yes.
Available.
when people have no money, no jobs, you quit your job.
Correct. I am. Thank you, Tim. So I quit my job because I'm going to go 1,000% into creating content online.
Oh, I think that's a great idea, dude. I've been didn't I tell you that like 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You've been such a big supporter of me for fucking a decade. I just did. First of all, around that time, your boy was doing a lot of opiates. Okay, so I wasn't really able to manage anything other than opiates.
Every time you would do a video like on the piano with your daughter, it was so funny, and I was like, dude, this is gold.
Yeah.
You could be making money doing this shit.
That was post opiates. So thank
Yeah.
you. So I'm going to be doing that. So I'm starting a kids channel. I'm doing a personal channel with skits and shit.
I love it.
I'm going to be focusing.
I'm all in.
Okay, so I'll have some free time. So even if Cam can't make it, we could skip.
Cool.
I want you to be there. You need to be.
He's already cutting you out.
No.
I know.
What I'm saying is,
We haven't even
With
made
you
a
always as
date.
Garth.
We haven't even made a date. It's like in 2021, and he's like, "Dude,
because
you're not gonna be there."
we have a lot of drops.
Even if you're
We have a
not
lot of
there,
drops that
you're
are-
not
are
there.
little-
I get it.
So you do those for us?
Sure.
Oh
I'll help
man,
you guys.
that's so cool. Thank
Yeah.
you, Larry.
No problem.
Okay, so next one, Samara Morgan.
We were.
I don't know.
That's the ring.
Oh,
Oh, that
I was gonna guess
bitch.
that shit.
Were you? Thank you. Dude, content's getting
No
better.
one, no one knows her name.
Exactly. I thought for some reason I was like, Larry's gonna know all of these, so I wanted to get some obscure ones.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I would have thought. I thought
You
the same
were
thing.
wrong.
So this one, I thought his name was the name of the movie, but then I remembered it wasn't. Freddy Krueger, number 7.
Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Well, thank you. How about this? Chucky.
Oh, what is that shit
You
called?
got it. You
Ba,
got-
ba, ba, ba.
You
I'm
got
pretty sure I got it.
My daughter loves that movie.
it. Which one?
What's it called? She just says the Chucky movie.
How old's your daughter?
10.
Dude, that's crazy because those movies are fucking 25 years, 30 years old.
I know.
Chucky?
Sorry, stole it.
What do you say?
Child's Play.
Child's Play. That's right. I would have never got that.
Thank you.
All right.
Make me feel better about stealing
Maybe
it.
you'll get this one. Because I didn't know this. Pazuzu or Reagan McNeil. Reagan McNeil. Also Pazuzu.
Dude.
How about this?
You know it?
How about this?
Is that one story that's on the internet?
Pazuzu
Yeah,
on Vice.
yeah.
Dude, that shit is bonkers.
The guy kills a
Pazuzu
bunch of
was a
people and buries them in
crazy
his
asshole.
backyard. Devil
But-
worshiper. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, but no, there's a movie apparently, and I didn't know about it.
Okay.
I didn't
How about
either.
this? How about this? Pazuzu.
Dude, here's your.
Here it is. Ready?
Seriously.
No, this is it. Ready?
Here's the best YouTube channel ever.
Okay.
Richard does charades. That's what it's called. Richard does charades.
Pazuzu. What's the movie?
I don't know.
The Exorcist.
Correct.
Oh, gangster.
So the channel, Richard does charades. Failure.
No,
because you didn't.
huge
get it.
hit.
You didn't get it.
Richard Raids.
That's not the point, though.
Oh, okay. You're not. This
The
one.
point is for people to go.
Number 4, Damien Thorne.
Oh, I know this one.
Do you?
The Omen.
That is right. Yep.
Yeah.
Just came in my pants. This one was fun. This one's fun. Number 3, Captain Spaulding. Captain Spaulding. Come on, baby. He's a villain in this movie. He's not the villain. There's several villains in this movie. Actually,
Spaulding.
Captain Spaulding. He's dressed like a...
Oh no.
Yeah. I think it was there.
It was it.
It was.
Say it.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Is it? Can I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Back off the
I
mic a
know.
little. Back off the
Oh.
mic.
But you
Oh,
get a
sorry.
chance. I know it.
Is it House of a Thousand Corpses?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Yes, it is.
3 from Hell and Devil's Rejects also would have been good answers.
I feel embarrassed. I've never seen any of those films. They're the Rob
really
Zombie
good.
films.
You
They're
would
good.
love that.
They're really good.
They're
Yeah,
really
they
All
good.
right, I'm gonna
The
make sure. I watch
soundtracks are
Dude.
fucking awesome. The psychedelics in House of a Thousand Corpses is awesome.
So start there.
yeah,
Start with the...
watch them in order
Okay.
because it makes sense.
the way that they're cut is super cool and unique.
So-
Like
okay.
very from an editing perspective,
Yeah.
you're gonna fucking love it.
Okay, cool.
Guaranteed.
It's cool Thrasher shit.
So and perfect time to watch it too. Right here,
Yeah.
the holiday Halloween season.
Absolutely.
Richard is holiday feeling it right
It's
now.
the Halloween season. Number 2,
Okay.
you're gonna get this one. If you don't get this one, I'll kill myself. So if you want that, Jigsaw.
Saw.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here, Taylor.
Wait. You saying that reminded me of something,
Right, here comes Taylor. Ready?
and I want to put this out there.
Yeah.
You saying that reminded me of something.
Oh.
So we were talking about Howard Benson.
Yes.
So during the process of us making the record, at one point he said, and I quote, "If this record label fucks this up and doesn't get behind this record, and you guys aren't on the Grammys next year because this shit is fire,
Yeah.
I will jump off a 6-story building." So Howard,
So he's dead.
I want you to film it and send it to me.
You'll edit it. You'll cut it into
I will.
a very nice dramatic sequence.
And then the money I make off the YouTube post
Yeah.
will be my repayment.
Perfect.
Yes.
So Howard, reach out.
Thank you.
We also need sponsors. And number 1, Dr. Hyder. You'll never get it. If you get this, you might get it. It's a silly.
He said if I don't get it, he's going to kill himself, and then I won't get it.
Dude, I don't know. You don't want to live in my mind. I'll tell you right now. Okay, Dr. Hyder. Think in the last 5 years, sort of indie scary movie that's not really that scary, but a weird story that you normally wouldn't see. And it has to do with the cousin of a caterpillar.
I probably didn't see it. Cam?
No.
Cammy! What is it?
I don't know. Get Out.
The Human Centipede.
Oh.
Oh, gross.
I never saw that one. Is it good?
Oh, is it good?
Yeah.
I mean, it's everything
It's
you wanted
everything
to.
you figured it
It's
would be.
really
I
not
bel-
good.
I believe there was a second one that came out too. Ben, was there? Do you know?
There was.
Yeah, not as good. That's it.
That's it.
That's the whole show.
That was fun.
That's
though.
good
I like
content.
that. I always love movie trivia.
Thank you, Larry. So much for coming.
I had fun, man.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
So good to see you, brother.
coulda-
Thanks for
We
coming.
could have just
Could have gone for hours.
forever.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
the time now is.
It goes quick, right?
It
It
fucks
does.
with us because
It does.
we get to see people we haven't seen in a long time, and we have so much to discuss. But there's only so much. It doesn't. It's 16 minutes, man.
I'll come back.
Please come
I'll
back.
come
oh
back.
yeah.
Please come
There's
back.
more.
Absolutely.
And then
100%.
definitely when you wrap up the movie, then if not, way before.
Something.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, brother.
That was
I
That
appreciate
was
it.
awesome.
that was awesome, dude.
Awesome.
We'll see you soon when you record all the sound drops.
For Richard's show.
We'll do some funny B-roll and stuff when we're making it, so
Yeah.
that you can show on the
Yeah, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's
Yeah,
the
of
good
course.
shit.
When we do a
That's the good stuff.
when we do a
The intro.
no, you know, when people could pay to like see the behind the scenes shit.
Human Centipede.
Yeah.
Patreon.
Patreon. Check us out on the Patreon that doesn't exist right now. Thank you for thank you for seeing another episode.
Adios.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We can't believe you stuck it out. We can't believe you had no doubt. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you again. Thank you. Thank you. Thank